So Dream releases an animated music video on his music channel. If you've been watching my channel for a while, you'll know that when Dream releases an animated music video, he's not just throwing 3D rendered graphics over some instrumental that he's produced, okay? When Dream releases an animated music video, Dream releases an animated music video. What does this have to do with anything? Dream's one of the biggest YouTubers on the platform. I think upwards of 20 million subscribers. It's the easiest thing in the world to Google, and yet I didn't even do that much research. Dream releases an animated music video on his Dream Music channel, a song that has 20 different people credited to it, and there's still confusion about just how much involvement he had with this music video. The music video is titled Mask, and the song and the animation depicts what is later revealed to be a young Dream in sort of his realization that the ADHD medication that he was being prescribed as a kid wasn't making him normal. It wasn't making him himself, and so he decided to stop taking that ADHD medication. But the way that this is represented in the music video is not only the kid throwing away the ADHD medication labeled normal pills so that us at home can understand the higher level thinking that goes on with these prophetic musicians, right? It also has him putting on the Dream inspired mask and then logging onto Discord, and that's what normal is, which is... There's so much to dissect with this music video. First of all, there's people memeing on and off normal pills. What are normal pills? Why are they just labeled normal pills? Why does this prescription bottle say to take these things 3 times a day for the next 10 days? That doesn't sound like ADHD medication. It sounds like you've got a severe bacterial infection, my guy. These are very different pills. People have had big issues with the animation quality of it. I mean, you guys remember watching Incredibles 1 after seeing Incredibles 2? You know, everybody saw Incredibles 2, they were like, eh. And then they went back and watched Incredibles 1, and they were like, how did anybody stomach this animation? This shit's awful. That animation, Van Gogh painting compared to this Dream music video. I'll be the first one to say it, even though the story's from like a week and a half ago. The animation is off-putting, bro. It looks bad. Like, it doesn't just look low budget. It looks like you should have done like a cel-shaded... just 2D. You should have just done it in 2D. The Dream Mask music video is everything that the anime community was worried that Beastars was going to be when they announced it was going to be in 3D. They thought it was going to look like this, and yet even now, several years after, animation just hasn't gotten better. There's 20 people credited for this, assuming that Dream didn't write the song, right? Assuming that he definitely didn't animate the thing. I mean, every single person that's credited in the product of this, you have to imagine did something. At some point sat down and went, yo, this looks worse than Garfield, a Tale of Two Kitties. It really does. The song itself is not fantastic. I will say it's not a top 100 pop song in any country so far as of this recording, although they don't currently have charts for music made by Minecraft speedrunners, so I feel like if they update that, maybe it'll be a pretty good song for the any percent category. I'm not sure at this moment. I do think Anthony Fantano wouldn't even bother putting on a flannel to review this one. I really don't. I think Anthony Fantano would be completely shirtless and would still give this like a hard 2, maybe a soft 3. Maybe. It depends on the mood you're in and whether or not you're taking your normal pills. So Dream is notorious amongst any criticism that he receives, amongst any drama that he happens to be a part of, to go onto his alt Twitter and alt Twitter, something other than his main Twitter, occasionally his main Twitter, and just tweet his feelings out into the Twitter sphere. And you guys know how well that works out. It doesn't, obviously. As a musical artist, though, I mean, what could we have expected? Of course, he's going to bash any criticism on this clearly flawless piece of music video that he has put out into the ecosystem. Due to the amount of tweets that Dream was putting out on his alternate account, sharing his distaste for the amount of criticism that he was receiving, talking about how he wanted this song to be like a open set of arms for anybody who's also facing difficulty with ADHD, he received quite a bit of backlash because of his mocking of modern rap music, as well as some back and forths that he had with some African American users on Twitter, leading people to paint the narrative that Dream might be racist. And while they did find some old Reddit accounts that supposedly had him posting on pro-anti-black subreddits, I think it's impossible for Dream to be racist. Honestly, he's named after Martin Luther King's speech. The guy can't be racist. Transition! So in an article for Variety magazine, a few of the writers for the shows WandaVision and Harley Quinn on HBO, I believe, talk about how they've been able to repaint the modern villain in comic books and make them more human, more relatable, be able to play around with different aspects other than just I'm evil and I represent everything that is evil. Cool concept, though. In one of these interviews, the writer for the Harley animated show talks about a point where DC stepped in and stated that, quote, Batman could not go down on Catwoman. And they asked why, and they said because heroes don't do that. Heroes can't do that. And they replied, are you saying that all heroes are selfish lovers? That Batman wouldn't go down on Catwoman just because he's a hero? To which DC replied, no, we sell consumer goods. It would be harder to sell Batman toys if he were to be portrayed like this. And I just have so much to say about this. Not that much, considering, but enough to say about this. First of all, I want to point out that Batman has historically always been noted as the winner in any superhero versus superhero combatants, with the qualm being that Batman gets as much time to prepare as possible. It's a meme on the internet. Yo, who wins between Superman and Batman? And you'd go, well, how much prep time does Batman get? And that's where that meme comes from, because the idea goes that Batman, being the super genius that he is, could beat any other superhero in the DC galaxy given enough prep time. I argue that if the competition was to see who could pleasure a woman orally, I think I'd beat Batman. Give me as much prep time as you need to. I don't think you're winning this one, Bruce Wayne. The bosses say it's not hero-like.
But if I do that, if I allow myself to go down into that place, I'll never come back.
Transition. Phase 2 of my operation to completely dismantle Bruce Wayne's love life is DC's notion that Batman going down on Catwoman would result in less sales for toys. Adam and Eve has 36 pages of toys that would be excellent for anybody who wanted to watch this scene for hours on end, perhaps, or at least put a preview on like YouPorn or something. Naturally, there are plenty of memes clowning on the concept that Batman clearly doesn't go down on women. That's not what superheroes do, despite the fact that his mask looks like it's designed specifically for oral sex. I guess we're just going to ignore this. But this is the most interesting thing to come out of the DC Cinematic Universe in a while. With the Avengers taking over every single box office record that there could be, I think it's funny that with DC getting f***ed in the ass so hard by Marvel, they decided to make it so Batman couldn't eat pussy for some reason. Although I do understand their reasoning. If Batman were to go down on women, I mean, that would make him Catman. And that's just bad branding. Transition. Speaking of women, I'm getting sick of them. And so is Twitter. Now, this isn't the first time that I've complained about OnlyFans models trying to weaponize memes in an effort to get you to subscribe to their OnlyFans. This time, I'm reporting on the fact that Twitter users are getting sick of seeing OnlyFans models weaponizing memes in order to get more attention to their OnlyFans. There's an extra step to it this time. Time and time again, I have fallen for this. I will follow gimmick accounts on Twitter. So many gimmick accounts. They do the excellent work of browsing Twitter for me, and then they retweet stuff, and then I can just browse the retweets, and it's like I can browse 10 hours of Twitter in only 8 hours. It saves me so much time. Dudes posting W's, women posting their L's, e-girls posting their L's, several hentai ones whose names I don't feel the need to mention. Plenty of gimmick accounts. The problem? Gimmick accounts are their own entity. It's like a character. It's not somebody posting on Twitter about what they're doing throughout the day. They post specifically curated moments of the internet for everyone to enjoy. And once they get up to 200,000, 300,000, 400,000 followers, it gets very difficult for them to say no to the hundreds, sometimes thousands of dollars that they get offered in order to tweet or retweet or advertise other products. Now, you guys are on YouTube, so you're familiar with the process of a ad showcase. When I come up here and tell you to buy a product or check out a brand, you know it's paid, we all know the deal. But this is tremendously looked down upon in the Twitter sphere, where most people aren't making enough money to be able to afford rent and do Twitter full-time, so it's much less respected of a practice. However, these gimmick accounts have found a way to get paid for reposting other people's stuff that doesn't feel as corporate. OnlyFans models make tremendous amounts of money, and if they can get their ass cheeks in front of a gimmick account's audience, then they can make buku dollars. And it's nothing for them to send $1,000 towards one of these guys to retweet one of their B tier jokes. And then the second you click on one of these jokes, you see it. My OnlyFans is free, by the way. Why don't you subscribe now? $3 OnlyFans, only for July. Yo, this joke's almost as funny as my ass in these panties. What? This has become so commonplace that I have found such a specific subsector of memes that it brings joy to my heart. I don't even care about the rest of this. I just love that there's such a specific meme for this. It's Lord Farquaad going, "The e-girl has paid the gimmick account to repost her shitty joke to advertise her OnlyFans." So specific and yet so useful. I see it every single day. It is the most multi-purpose meme I have found for such a specific situation that I bump into daily. Sometimes there are posts that are going, "Hey, I'm here because I know there's going to be an OnlyFans plug," because there will be like a 1 hour gap. She'll post the meme. The meme will get retweeted by the gimmick account. People will start shit posting in the comments talking about, "Oh, she's going to plug her OnlyFans. Hold up, boys. The OnlyFans plug is coming." And then she'll plug her OnlyFans, and it's like, we fucking told you. Nothing organic about this memes. It's just here to prey on the horny. I've even seen a Scott the Woz version. Do you know how shitty your take has to be to get a Scott the Woz meme shit post posted under it? It's ridiculous. You'd almost have to be as shitty as somebody who doesn't subscribe to this channel. Are you joking? You already made it to the end. Hit the like button, doofus, otherwise you won't see me again. Do you want that? You want me to disappear? Too bad. This genie gives you 0 wishes. Patreon's in the back. Thanks for the support. Homies in the front. Something, something, something. Shpisu.